Hello, welcome back to another video. You can see me just doing some really wiggly scribbles here. This was not referenced at all. I just do these whenever I need to loosen up my hand. Or any sort of weird variation of them. Sometimes they're really cartoony, sometimes they're extra scribbly, and sometimes they look like nothing. So, yep. Sometimes I even just kind of play with shapes, and that helps me out a lot. But yeah, I just really needed to do that because my wrist was super stiff again. It's going to be doing that because we're getting weather and I'm old. And yeah, my hands have actually gotten to the point where if my palm gets cold, I get this horrible aching pain all the way up into my elbow and sometimes into my shoulder on my right hand. So pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, practicing some hands here. By the way, I have done this voiceover. I think this is my third time. It could be the fourth time. I think the third time. Because I just kept getting interrupted, which is bad because I'm doing this all in the day. So, yeah. If you're listening to this right after it goes up, hi, you missed me by maybe an hour. What's up? So yeah, just scribbling. This is the last one and then we'll get into the figure drawing. I really wanted to do more than what I did. I really thought about doing some animal figures. I considered doing some shape practice and just filming that so that people could see just for fun. I really like watching people do that, so I thought maybe I'd give it a shot. But yeah, I didn't have time. I was up and down a lot trying to make this video. Luckily, the power of editing and the really cool pause button on OBS kind of keeps things clean for you guys. But for me, it was a lot of getting up, sitting down, getting up, sitting down. We had people here that were about to go on a trip, and our doggies, and it was a lot. It's very hectic, or at least for me, for my personality, it seems hectic. So this whole week's gonna be a little bit busy. So hopefully I can find a way to keep up on everything because I don't have any extra stuff, and yeah. I've been actually working a lot on my Japanese when I have the time. Actually, I try to bundle it up with exercising, which I hadn't been able to do there for a little bit because I was so busy. I had some doctor's appointments and stuff that were happening, and yeah, it was a lot to balance, but that's how I was making myself do Japanese. 'Cause I'm horrible about having to multitask, or I feel like I'm failing at getting things done. Just constant panic mode. So, yeah. Not being able to do that kind of knocked me off of my groove. So, yep. Some of these are going to be very awkward. There's nothing I could do. I really keep wanting to film a traditional version of some figure drawing just to shake it up a bit, and I just don't have, either I don't have the time or I don't have the sunshine. So there's that. I really liked this pose. It was really interesting. She's completely balanced on her fingertips and her foot. Look at that. Look at that bend. That was wild to me. Very wild as someone who cannot point their toe without their entire foot and sole cramping. So, yeah, very cool. Very cool. And her hair was beautiful. Trying to get her neck right so that it goes down properly into the 7th cervical vertebra, where it tends to jut forward, or that's what it looks like to me. And I just drew very simplistic fingers. So, yeah. I wasn't actually going to draw her side profile, but I just liked how slightly closed her eyes were. And I didn't even go for, making a one-to-one face or anything crazy like that. I should really do more practice on heads, faces, and angles. I really, really should. I just haven't made myself in a while, which is no good. I was doing pretty good on my practices there for a while last year. But, man. That's one of the reasons why I ended up doing this one right here. I needed kind of a back view because I kept messing up where I was drawing the head connection, which is really odd, but you know, you never finish learning. You forget things, you relearn, and it just happens. And I really enjoy the plane between the scapula and the trapezius, that weird flattish spot. You can kind of see it where the bra strap is up on the kind of apex of the trapezius. So I find that really, really interesting. And that flat spot right in there by the shoulder where it connects in. That's so cool to me. I really like finding little planes like that because whenever you're drawing, it makes it that much more, I don't really want to say realistic, I guess believable. It makes it more believable. And I love finding small things like that that I can try to remember to add into my own imaginative drawings. So, yep, pretty cool. And this one was really fun. I've said before that I really like drawing the ones that look like someone fell violently because they kick the legs up. They end up very splayed. It's very dynamic. It's just fun how the body bends, I suppose, which is one reason why for a long time one of my favorite things to draw was actually contortionists. I find that very interesting. But yeah, I think if I'm not thinking of the body very well in its parts, drawing things like contortion definitely helps me, just because I have to focus a lot more to understand where the body's bending and where the parts are and where they're broken up at into shapes. So yeah, I drew this hand really huge and I didn't really care. This was a very interesting pose. I actually have a lot of skateboarders saved in my pose reference board. I didn't use very many of them. It was my goal originally to do that, but the getting up, sitting down thing was driving me crazy, so I just picked a few here and there. I'm still a little disappointed that I didn't have the time to do more. I kind of fudged this foot. I mess it up by changing the angle of the leg. And that was on me because I even thought about adjusting it to fix it, and I didn't have it in me anymore. I wanted to get it all fixed so that I could kind of move on. Finished, not fixed. Obviously not fixed. Very fun jumping pose. I'd like to try my hand at going back to this pose and trying to push it a bit more. It's something that's much easier if I draw off of something I've already drawn. As odd as that is. This one gave me a little bit of trouble, but this, the boxiness that happens when the shoulder pushes up like that and the arm crosses the body has always given me a little bit of trouble. So probably something I should go through and practice a little bit more stubbornly, I should say. I have actually drawn in my sketchbook. I've left some sketches in it to actually finish out on a video. I just haven't had the time to do the video. I hope I do eventually, because I would be very sad to not do a lot of sketches or sketchbook videos this year. Getting close to the end, I think you can begin to feel me being finished. I didn't want to do anymore. Again, such a shame, because I'd really like to continue as much as I can. I try to make longer videos too. If I'm doing time-lapse, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to fit a bunch of stuff into a video. Personally. It's really funny that you can actually see me like hovering my pen above the screen, just breathing. I think I was watching something, listening to something. I can't remember what it was at this point, but at the beginning, I was just listening to music. I like this pose. I actually had saved, I guess, a bit of a turnaround sequential kind of thing for this one. I actually like doing those sometimes just to practice turning the body. But I do not like buying packs, and that's what you get. It just feels like a waste to me sometimes. Good for people who are actually doing turnarounds for, say, animation or something. And on that one, I actually almost forgot to start recording again. And the only reason I remembered was because one of my brothers came in the room and was talking to me for a second. And for some reason, I was like, oh man, I'm not recording. This guy had great hair. Very, very great hair. Kind of old 90s looking hair to me. Love that stuff. We're about at the end here. I don't do really any more, so sorry about that. Hopefully I can get to do some more soon. I don't know about this week because it's been wild, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed it. Have a good day or night, and bye.